Hey everybody, Mumbling Nick here. This is going to be much more of an announcement than a video. Um, I am here to announce that Mr. Liquid Cryptid and I will be starting a weekly political show, which we hope to air every Saturday night. I believe 8 p.m. Standard Time is the time we came up with. I will double check with them, but that will be starting this Saturday, which is tomorrow night. I know that's short notice. We're not expecting hardly anyone to watch, but if anyone watches, we'd be extremely grateful. We love for people to participate in the chat. We've been Mr. Cryptid and I have been talking for several weeks now. Actually, Mr. Cryptid and I go back well over a year. Not that we talked regularly, but when I was trying to get on Stuttering John's political show, he would often message me because John would say stuff about me that just wasn't true. Long story short, I'm an independent, but I clearly lean left, and John thought I was a MAGA Republican because I criticized Biden and the Dems all the time. And Mr. Cryptid and I, we got a good laugh out of that. But anyway, we've been DMing back and forth for a few weeks now. We did talk verbally earlier this week via StreamYard. We had pretty good rapport, I think. He did as well. Good chemistry. We shot some ideas back and forth. We talked a little politics. And before you know it, a bunch of time went by and we were just riffing and things just went. And we feel that's the best premise for the show for us. You're going to have two regular guys with knowledge and passion about politics who agree on a lot of things, but disagree on just as many things. So you get varieties of opinion, information, facts. And I think what's very important is we are real people. And so what's going on in this country and in our government affects us. And that's the shit we want to talk about. The real stuff, not like him when we were talking on StreamYard the other night. Like I said, we disagree on a lot of stuff, but we agree that so much of what gets focused on is not important. Like Gulf of Mexico being renamed Gulf of America. Don't really care where you stand on that. It doesn't affect us. Like, I don't give a shit one way or the other. Even COVID vaccines. I mean, we actually kind of agreed a lot on the vaccine. I'll save that for the show in case it comes up. But what we really agreed on is it's been 5 years. Let's move on. Well, I don't know why Gino Bisconti and Chrissy Mayer, like they talk about it every day. It's like, let's move on to something else. There's other shit going on in the world. So yeah, we're going to talk about the stuff that affects everyday working class Dabbleversers and Americans. And you're going to hear from his side, from my side. Like I said, we'll agree on a lot. We'll disagree. It's not going to be this partisan hack shit like Stuttering John put out on his show. I believe to start off, we're going to be calling it Dabbling in Politics. We'll see if the name sticks. It was funny when I was messaging him today. I was like, just to touch base, I was like, we don't even have a name for the show. So I was trying to come up with something on the fly. When I was first trying to put a Dabbleverse political show together, because I've been trying to do this for a long time, my first idea for a name of a show was People in Glass Houses, but that wouldn't really fit with what I'm doing, with what Cryptid and I are doing. My original idea was it was a more Stuttering John political base, so the hypocrisy, how Stuttering John is so much like Donald Trump, yet the people that love Trump hate John and vice versa. And I was going to do like different metaphors, like use the Dabbleverse, like how the pay pigs in the Dabbleverse are like the billionaire donors in real life and stuff like that. Then when I was putting out videos, I was calling my show, wasn't really a show, I was just putting out videos. The PMS podcast. Now, PMS, but it was because Stuttering John called his show, political show, the Politics Plus show, because it was politics plus Dabbleverse bullshit. I didn't cover the Dabbleverse bullshit, so I was the Politics Minus show, or PMS. So I shot that out of Cryptid. I was trying to do something with our initials to see if they were like Mumbling Nick and Liquid Cryptid. And it quickly came to me that you put our initials together. MNLC is very close to MLC, and I was trying to do something with that. And then I was just, as I'm typing this, I'm like, what about dabbling in politics? It seemed perfect. It had, like him and I talked, it had multiple meanings. It was simple. It best described what we were doing. But I had forgotten. He actually, Mr. Cryptid reminded me, there was the only political roundtable show in the Dabbleverse that I'm aware of was called Dabbling in Politics. I participated in it many months ago with a handful of other people. And I forgot that's what it was actually called. So I know I'm not the one that came up with the name for that back then. Hopefully it's not copyright. Hopefully, I was friends with everyone I did the show with. Hopefully we're okay with it. But we're gonna run with Dabbling in Politics right now. It best fits, and I almost think it's kind of cool that that was the name of the political roundtable show. So because that had different opinions, people talking, it was really good. We went to do more, it just never happened. So this can kind of be a continuation of that. And we're going to make it a weekly show, like I said, Saturday nights. And we're hoping to bring more politics to the Dabbleverse because it seems to be a passion that people have here. And I like that the Dabbleverse is expanding. And I even have a few other things lined up. I believe I will be doing a one-off political show with Mr. Nas, if you guys know him. And a one-off with Mr. Shmuel on his show. We're working that out. So it's going to be pretty cool. I'm hoping if anyone knows the Echo Pineapple, he's my buddy. He knows that I've been trying to get some kind of traction politically in the Dabbleverse for a long time now. I feel like it's finally starting to happen. Hopefully this works out. Like I said, it's a passion of mine. It's a passion of Mr. Cryptid's. And I want to apologize right off the bat. As far as fanciness and tech wise, no, this is not going to be the greatest show. Mr. Cryptid is much more tech savvy than me, but neither one of us with jobs, families, obligations, we don't have a lot of free time to put stuff together. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even have the skill set to put a lot of fancy things together, but what I think is going to be cool is you're going to see the difference between how we both look on the show. Now you got me in the flesh with the anonymous Guy Fawkes mask on. I have to wear the stupid mask for certain reasons, but it also kind of fits me a little bit. And then you'll see, I won't give it away, you'll see how Mr. Liquid Cryptid looks on the show. Much more sleek and tech savvy, and it's going to be a nice little split so you guys can see the differences. But what we may lack in fancy bright lights and tech savviness, we hope to make up for in content, in the subject matter we talk about, the way we speak about it. That's going to be our real strength. Like I said, two guys, everything to lose, live in the real world. This is a passion of ours. This is something we're knowledgeable about. We know it's a passion in the Dabbleverse, so we're going to bring it to you guys, and we want you guys to participate. That's going to be huge. The more the merrier. People, please, we want you to watch, we want you to chat, and eventually this works out. We'd love to have some of you come on the show. You know what I mean? This is going to be our show, a show for the people. You can't trust the legacy media anymore, the mainstream media. Nobody trusts them. Doesn't matter if you're left wing, right wing, in the middle, doesn't matter. And now, unfortunately, the new media, the independent media, you can't trust them anymore either. A lot of them take bribes just like the legacy media does. And if they don't, they found a little niche. They'll find like a view that they had on a subject, and it got them a ton more viewers and clicks outside of their norm. So they have to start placating to those people. So they start selling out their values or their beliefs because they want to make money. That's not what Mr. Cryptid and I are doing here. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It'd be great to make money off this someday, but doubt it. But even if we did, we're not here. This is us. We are real people. You're going to get our real honest opinions on everything. Not made up fucking bullshit, not partisan hack shit. A lot of people treat politics like their favorite sports team or their favorite fucking wrestler. Not going to happen here. All right. Real talk, real issues. That's it. This is going to, I just thought this was going to be a couple minutes and we're going to hit the 10-minute mark. Always babbling, always mumbling. For Mr. Liquid Cryptid, I'm Mumbling Nick. Please tune in this Saturday to Dabbling in Politics. I will send out a link later on. I'm sure he will. Hope everyone in Dabbleverse is doing well. Peace, everybody.